we got all sorts of people in the chat. They're just pouring in, Lewis. And they all want to hear us talk about the HomePods, which we're going to do here in just a sec. There's a lot to talk about, Lewis. And you know what? All these people who are not impressed with the HomePods, they don't get it, Lewis. They just don't get the HomePod situation. There are a group of us, an elite group of us, who know how special the HomePod is, and even in its current form, relatively unchanged in many respects. I'm still thrilled to see it come back, and we'll go through all the feedback. We'll talk about the sound quality and all that good stuff. And just a heads up, I'm going to be making my own videos on my own YouTube channel about HomePods. So it's youtube.com/AirFonElijah. And keep an eye on the videos, or on that channel for videos, because I'm rebooting it, Lewis. My accidental 2-year break is going to be accidentally over, which is actually true.
What a great opportunity this is.
Let's see here. Before we dive in, Lewis, I do need to give a quick thank you to all of the listeners and viewers for supporting the show and myself by purchasing Colt Cloth. ColtCloth.co if you want to get yourself just the most spectacular cleaning cloth that exists for keeping your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, your sunglasses, your glasses sparkling clean, squeaky clean, really squeaky clean. Like, you could rub your finger on your glasses or your Mac after you clean it with the Colt Cloth, and it's like, that's how clean it is. Until you get it all grimy and slippery again, in which case you have to deploy
your fingers,
your Colt Cloth. So right now we're running a special deal. If you place an order over $20, you get a extra free carry cloth with code COLTCAST at checkout. Definitely grab yourself a clean cloth duo. There's just no cloth like it. It's all business on the front and even more business on the back. It's got a dual fiber design, with short fibers on one side, long fibers on the other for all the cleaning situations you may find yourself in. The front, the short side, is great for situations where you need a little bit of the cleaning solution, which you'll really need, but it does help in some scenarios, I have to say. And then the back, it's just fluffy and luxurious. It's like Buster Heine's chest on the back. That was actually part of the inspiration for the design. It's long, luxurious, and it will reach down into the crevasses of any tech situation that you have ongoing and just pull out all of the fibers, all the dirt, all the grime. There's just nothing else that works like this. And they're all woven very richly and thickly, so there's lots of cleaning power. And also with our broken fiber threads, which dramatically increase the cleaning of the surface area of every thread, which drastically increase their cleaning capacity. ColtCloth.co, ColtCloth.co. Let me just say real quick, I want to give a quick apology. Some of you have been waiting for a little while for your order. We always have to do these restocks, and people are supposed to be contacted when this happens, but occasionally that doesn't happen. And so I've received word that some people have had their orders delayed like 2 weeks and may have actually not known that. So if that's you, if you're listening, you have my humble apology. That will be going out very soon. Probably by the time you hear this, it will already have shipped. And then for those of you ordering, we have a full stock now, so you should be good to go. That's ColtCloth.co. Use code ColtCast at checkout, by the way. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just dive right in, Lewis. The big story this week, the big story in my world, HomePod 2. Mine are going to get here tomorrow. I've got a big, beautiful stereo pair arriving, and I can't wait to get my hands on that pair, Lewis. I just can't wait.
Did you go white or midnight?
I went with midnight. I was kind of hoping that the midnight was going to be not just space gray. But turns out it seems as though they are just space gray. Which, you know what, I'm fine with. I mean, I actually really love the white ones. I like the white ones more than I like the space gray, but I've owned them for 5 years, and they do get dirty, and I have kids, and the kids are always like trying to touch them when I'm not looking, and so they have got like little fingerprints and stuff all over them. Plus, I knew I was going to be making videos about them, and I was like, it'll be easier to tell which are version 2 and which are version 1 if I get different colors. Yeah, always
mix it up a little.
I'm always thinking ahead. I'm living in the future, Lewis, usually by several minutes.
I see.
Yeah. So let's just go through this review roundup. So I was kind of disappointed to see this, but I shouldn't be surprised. The Tech Access Media the people who never have a negative thing to say because they get the Apple products early. They all did what they normally do. They got the products early, and they've been releasing reviews on YouTube all week long, and I'm just having a little bit of fun with these people. Look, I always say, like, if Apple offered me the HomePods early, I would ask that Tim Cook send the script that I should read along with them so I could just read it and pretend like I came up with all the ideas that are in the script. So,
Well, you
I mean,
heard this week that objectivity is dead in journalism, right? So,
well,
hey,
I
there you
mean,
go.
good. Fine. I mean, it's been dead in my life for a long time. So
Just hand us your marching orders, Tim.
just tell me what to say. So, but since I did pay for these with my own money, I will be doing an honest assessment.
Oh, honest, I like it.
And
I
my
can't
favorite
wait to
thing
hear.
is,
Actually,
I'm actually excited to see what I'm going to say too, because I honestly have no idea. My reactions are all in real time. I did the sound test in real time, and so I don't know what I'm going to think until I think it. And sometimes I'm not even sure until well after I've thought it. There's a little bit of a delay.
sometimes the word "think" is a little bit of a stretch.
That's true too. So I'll be doing us a sound test, but all in all, people are kind of confused by the new HomePods, the version 2, because they seem to be just like the version 1. And I remember watching Marquez Brownlee's video, and I think he explicitly said that he was confused. He was like, why did Apple cancel this? Which is a great question. Why did Apple cancel
One we've
this?
asked many times.
And then re-release it in pretty much its exact same form years later? And I think I know the answer to that question, which I'll talk about here in a second. But let's read some of this bloat from some of these tech websites. Let's see here. We got all the classics. We got The Verge.
That's not very polite.
We got TechCrunch. Let's see here. I'm going to just read from the story here. If there's a bottom line to the HomePod 2 reviews published Tuesday by the likes of CNET, The Verge, TechRadar, TechCrunch, it's that the new full-size HomePod is a fine choice for hardcore Apple users of means. I mean, they're not that expensive, but not so much for anyone else. I think that's probably, sadly, accurate. Let's see here. At $299, the cost of the OG HomePod after a $50 reduction from the price tag at launch in 2018. The second-gen smart speaker delivers great sound and extra features, but not as good of a value as the $99 HomePod Mini. I mean, come on, they're completely different things.
No, it is like comparing, I don't know, a truck with a little push cart.
Yeah, it's like apples and grapes, or apples and squash. Two completely different things.
Oh dear.
Anyway, let's see. Apple's second take on the HomePod doesn't stray far from the original, but it's better all around, wrote The Verge. All reviews praised HomePod 2's rich, well-balanced sound from bass to high-end. I'll be the judge of that when I get my hands on that big, beautiful pair. If you're in the target market, music lovers who go big on Apple devices, nothing else sounds as good for the price, especially if you step up to a pair of them, said TechRadar. So, was it TechRadar? I forget what publication it was. I'm so bummed that I don't remember. But they were basically saying that there's pretty much no point to just buy a one. And I actually think that's true. Like, if you're going to buy the HomePod, you should just buy two because they're so much more powerful in stereo pair. Let's talk about sound quality here. So, by and large, Lewis, it seems like Apple pulled it off. They were able to create a pair or a HomePod with fewer tweeters, fewer microphones, and yet some people, it depends on the scenario. Some people say it sounds slightly worse than the original, and some people say it sounds slightly better. So
that seems hard to believe.
But the fact that it's so close, I think, is a accomplishment, because clearly, here's what I think happened with the original HomePod. So they weren't selling a ton of them, and they didn't have any room to drop the price at all. And maybe they were having supply chain issues. I don't know. So they pull it off the market. They redesign it. And they removed two tweeters. They removed two microphones. And they did some cost cutting. They have a lower quality Wi-Fi in the new HomePod. And then they added a couple sensors that they thought people might want, like humidity and temperature. And now they're re-releasing it. And I think their margin is probably a lot better. So even if they're not selling as many as they want, they're still making more money, and they have room to actually have sales on the HomePod now. And there was another story. Let's see here. Apple actually did an interview with shoot, did I not have this here?
I
They did an
didn't see
interview with I think Men's Magazine. It's like some publication. And
Men's Magazine.
yeah, something
That's
like
what
that.
it's called.
Yeah, I forget the name of the website. I had it up, but for some reason, I no longer have it here, which is a major bummer. Let me see if I can find it. And they were literally asked why they released the new HomePod, and it's pretty much the same as the old HomePod. And I kid you not, their answer was basically, well, people seem to really want it. I mean, that was pretty much it. Let's hear. Do I have it here?
Is it with
Yeah.
Men's Journal?
Men's Journal. Yeah. Here it is. Let's see here. Apple's VP of Hardware Engineering, Matthew Costello, and Product Marketing employee Alice Chan recently spoke to Men's Journal and TechCrunch about the new second-gen HomePod. And let's see here. Where's that quote? I don't see it here, but it's here somewhere. I pretty much summarized what they said, though. And it got me thinking, like, we won. Essentially, what happened was we created such a clamor, all of us original HomePod fans, and because there was so much second-hand market demand for these things, that Apple was like, well, people kept asking us for it, and so we decided to make a new one. So all the clamor that we've been making on the show, all the interest that people have had, and this definitely is a cult classic product. Like, people love the HomePod. I know most people don't get it, and it's not made for everyone, but for those of us who are in the Apple ecosystem and love listening to music and want something in front of our TVs for, like, high level audio quality from our content, there's just nothing like the HomePods. And there is this channel. I'm pissed that I'm spacing on the name. They basically just review TVs and sound equipment. And this guy Caleb Dennison. Let me see if I can pull up there. Caleb Dennison. They actually have a really great YouTube channel because I like to watch reviews of TVs. Digital Trends. Yeah, that's the site. They also have a YouTube channel. And he did a test of stereo HomePods, and he was saying, don't buy one, buy two. And he was also saying that a stereo pair is like one of the best soundbar, quote unquote, experiences that you can have. And he thought he was even better than the Sonos Arc, which is like the best soundbar, I think, arguably one of the best soundbars, if not the best soundbar in the market that you could get for your TV. And
How
he
much
was
does
saying,
that cost?
I think it's like $5.99, $6.99. I'm not sure exactly how much it costs.
It's roughly the same price as
it's about the same
stereo
price.
pair.
Yeah, but it doesn't do as much stuff as the HomePod. And so some people had some complaints too. They said the HomePods didn't get as loud as the older HomePods, which that was kind of, that stung. Because like
hurts.
The older HomePods don't get as loud as I think that they should. But all this stuff needs to be tested. I don't trust any of these people. You know why? Lewis? Because they're just not true HomePod fans. That's why I'm like, I have to be the guy to test this stuff because I'm a true HomePod fan. I love the originals. I've been using them for 5 years since they were released.
It's hard to believe it's been that long.
I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I'm not some casual fan of the HomePod. I know them inside and out, and I know their acoustic signature, right? So I have to test this stuff out myself and see are these a worthy replacement. And so far from what I've seen, that the answer seems like a yes. But I said this last show, so I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I have been known to repeat myself from time to time. Even if they are exactly the same and they just get that small price cut, I still think this is a major win for all of us because we love the HomePod. It was already a great product. They didn't need to do a whole lot to it. It just needed to exist. And hopefully they will iterate on it and make it better as time goes on. But I'm just happy that it's back and it retained, at least it seems, its beautiful, angelic, ethereal sound signature.
Well, I sure hope you're right. I mean, it seems like losing the two tweeters it's two, right? They lost 2 tweeters per speaker.
2 tweeters per speaker. So now you're down 4 tweeters in that beautiful stereo pair.
I mean, that might be more of an issue if you don't have a stereo pair, right? If you have a stereo pair, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference. But I don't know. It seems hard to believe it's going to sound as good. It seems one of those reviews was saying that maybe the bass response isn't as good. I thought it was the exact same bass setup, or woofer setup.
We don't know. I mean, it might be a different kind of there might be a different speaker component inside that they just didn't talk about. I mean, the big headlines that I saw, 2 fewer tweeters, 2 fewer microphones. So
Yeah, and 2 fewer microphones might actually be a godsend. I mean, maybe the thing won't be quite as able to pick up your every utterance.
So we'll see. I have mine coming tomorrow. I plan on having my reviews completed, at least my initial impression reviews, completed by tomorrow or over the weekend. So I'll be comparing the new HomePods to the old HomePods. I'm hoping I can really milk this one, Lewis, and get my channel up to I'm currently. It's funny actually. So my channel has been sitting stagnant for 2 years because I took an accidental break from my YouTube channel, but it keeps growing. My channel just keeps growing. It's unbelievable.
And
And
so now you're resorting to HomePod milking.
And the HomePods are back. So now my channel is having a resurgence. People are starting to come back to my channel and watch the old HomePod content. Because if you type HomePod review on YouTube, I think I'm the 3rd video that pops up.
Wow.
So people are watching the reviews of the older HomePod videos that I did. And so
they're clamoring for the new ones.
I've had 5s, 6s of people ask me where I've been.
That's more than one hand.
It's just barely more than one hand. Yeah. Well, it depends,
I mean,
There was that guy in The Princess Bride.
and I don't want to talk about. Let's see. So the other thing that I saw, I watched Brownlee's video too, and his whole thing about confusion, which is basically what we said. Why did they kill it? Why did they bring it back at the same price and everything? The other thing he was talking about is like a breakthrough is the removable cord, the power cord.
Yeah, I remember him talking about that too. I mean,
it's an upgrade.
It's a major upgrade. I always like having a cord be removable, so and you don't have to yank with all your might to get it out. So I think that's an upgrade as well. But the key thing being sound quality. So we'll have to test that. Let's see here. Streamline says if you can't simultaneously raise one eyebrow and lower the other, you are unqualified. Oh, I agree with that 100%. Let's see here. Oh, dang it. We got Bilk Bilk. Oh, wait, I'm gonna guess you're going for Black Green Ninja. Black Green Ninja. He says I just searched HomePod review and found Airphone. It's the 18th video. Oh man. Well, I mean, the new ones just came out, so that's actually understandable because now all the new ones are gonna get surfaced. Gwendolyn says she loved my stereo pair video. Oh, I love getting my hands on a stereo pair, Lewis. You know that.
Yeah. The other thing about this, and I bet you're right, I bet it was a combination of we need to figure out a way to make it cheaper and also supply chain stuff because they killed it during COVID, right? But I bet you they also said, we really need to just add that thread and matter support.
Yeah, you know what? They did add a lot of really great features. I mean, the temperature sensor, the humidity sensor, and then it's thread capable now. Matter capable.
That's more important than the.
Oh yeah. Those are major updates. Now you know what? People are saying that they're confused. They don't know what's going on with the HomePod. Why would anyone want this? Well, you know what? They do want it. They do want it, Lewis.
Yes, they do.
If you want one of these, you're not going to get one probably in February. They're sold out for almost an entire month. Let's see here. If you go to Apple and let's see, is there any difference between the Midnight and the Okay, so the Midnight clearly more popular because the white one is you can get it, mid-February to end of February, and the Midnight end of February to early March. So if you want to get your hands on this big, beautiful pair, you better take some action right now.
Well, fire up the Apple Store app tomorrow morning, bright and early, and see if you can find one at a local store.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So
or Friday morning.
Right?
They go on sale Friday, right?
They go on sale tomorrow. Yeah, mine are being delivered tomorrow afternoon. So I ordered 2. I felt like I needed to have a stereo pair, and so that way I can test the new stereo pair against the old stereo pair. And I just, I'm just as excited as can be, Lewis.
I could tell.
I love these things.
You're bubbling.
And also, if you see behind me, let's see here. I've got, I'm doing a big reorg in the Colt Command studio here. And I know I hate to say this because I don't like talking about things that I'm trying to do before I actually do them. But I am trying to revive my YouTube channel, and so I have a big reorg happening in the Colt Command Center here. I want to start doing weekly videos again, reviewing stuff on my YouTube channel, doing news, like the type of stuff that we do here. And I've got some cool camera angles I'm going to be doing for my B-roll, which is why this giant TV is in here, which is going to give me like the Lucasfilm situation where you can film like against a TV and like move stuff around as you're panning. So I don't know if I can pull it off, and if I can't, I'll just use it for gaming. So it definitely helps to have a nice TV in the Colt Command Studio. And then you should just see, like, this entire area off to my right is just full of just garbage. It's like a pile of garbage, like 5 feet high. There's so much stuff over here that I need to get rid of, but I'm doing a big reorg in the command center here. So I don't know. What do you all think? HomePods, you excited? Are you happy with the HomePod V2? What's important to you? Do you care that they're pretty much the same? What do you all think about the price? I wish they were cheaper, but here's my prediction. Lewis. I think at some point in the future, I'm going to guess by Black Friday. Maybe not by this Black Friday, but possibly the next. It's going to take a little while. These speakers are going to get down to $225, maybe even $200. I think Apple built in enough margin where they can drop the price significantly and really clear them out when they need to. And so by this Black Friday, for certain, we'll see them at $250. Definitely at $250. Maybe $225 if you're lucky. But then next Black Friday, $225, maybe even $200. And at that price, they're absolutely worth it. Let's see here. Any last words on HomePod before we move on here, Lewis? Look at this. Like we got a ton of people here watching. People love the HomePod, Lewis. They love talking about the HomePod. Excellent. It is a sleeper hit product.
Somebody asked me if I bought one. I'm like, well, I don't really need two more because two in the main floor of our house is plenty. I don't need more. Unfortunately, I kind of wish I did because I would love to hear it. But
well, you can never have too many HomePods, Lewis. That's something that you need to keep in mind.
Their ears are so good, man. It just constantly pick up every Siri request.
You mean Siri request? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said it. You were just trying not to say it.
Yeah, trying not to say it.
I failed.
That's the only thing that I find confounding. They're actually too good. The microphones are too good on HomePods because they pick it up everywhere. And I complain about this every time we mention this, right? But it just drives me batty because it's like I don't want you taking over my request that I'm trying to issue to my Apple Watch or my iPhone 30 feet away from you. But they're that good. I think if people haven't used them, they would be shocked at how good those speakers are. I mean, you can whisper a request a long way from those speakers, and they hear it and respond.
You know what? An apt analogy just came to my mind when it comes to the smart speaker capabilities. When it comes to the microphone capabilities, you're right. It hears you, it snaps to you. It reminds me a lot of my dog. Like you can whisper from across the room and say, my dog's name is Penny, and just be like, Penny. And she immediately perks up and her ears stand up. But then after that, she has no clue what you're saying.
Very apt analogy. That's what's so frustrating about it because they take over, and they can't answer. They can't give you what you need. Unfortunately,
I look. Siri is great for simple tasks. Turn on the TV. In fact, I use this all the time. I can have my HomePods turn my TV on now and turn off the TV. Turning the lights on and off. Like for that kind of stuff, it's just fine. I mean, that's pretty much all I need it for. Like, would I like it to be like the Echo products? Yeah. I mean, the Amazon stuff can answer complex, nuanced questions with really great answers. And I would love if Siri could do that. I don't think we're ever going to be there. But to me, that's a secondary thing. Like, and I've said this before, with the Amazon stuff, you're buying a smart speaker that plays music, and the HomePod is the exact opposite, right? So it's sound quality first, and as long as the HomePods maintain their pedigree of absolutely bonkers sound quality in a tiny compact form factor, everything else is secondary. I don't care if Siri works, as long as you have a rock solid connection that doesn't skip and blip out when you're watching TV, as long as the Dolby Atmos is still sparkling and engaging and pulls you into the content. As long as you can AirPlay stuff to it and not have skips and blips and bloops and all that kind of thing, and as long as they sound like two beautiful angels singing in harmony, enveloping you in what did I call it? I forgot. The envelope of power. I think that's what I call it. The envelope of power. It was something like that. As long as that's all still there, I'm going to be happy, and it will be money well spent.
I cannot wait to hear your unbiased take.
Well, I don't know if it's unbiased. I'm clearly a fan, but it will be uninfluenced. It's a non-shill review. How about that? Team no shill.
100% shill free.
Apple didn't give me the speakers. I don't get early access. I paid for them myself, and I'm not dogging on anyone who gets stuff for free and reviews it, because I get stuff for free and I review it. It's just part of the job, right? But I think where I differ is I feel like I'm more, I want to say more honest. That may not be the right word. I think that I have a more accurate opinion about unbiased reviews. Like, people will often say, well, I was given this product, but they don't know what I'm going to say, and it doesn't affect my opinion. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. If you're given something for free, there's no pain if you don't like it because you didn't pay for it. So it doesn't cause you that pain of, I paid for this and it really sucks. And
it's hard to get really upset by a free product. You can say it's junk, but you don't have that same like, I want my money back feeling.
Yeah, you've got no skin in the game. And then also, if it's from a company that is important like Apple, you are going to temper your opinion because it's access journalism. You can't be too harsh, because if you are, you're going to be cut off from that delicious stream of early access products. And if you're on YouTube, for a lot of YouTubers, that is what makes their channel popular, is the fact that they are talking about something before anyone else. They don't have the high-grade facial expressions of Jim Carrey. They can't do that. They don't have the golden ears. They don't even know who Dr. Disrespect is. I mean, there's just a lot of things that they don't have going for them. They need that early access. I'm being such a D. But I do think that a lot of things that I just said are kind of true. I mean, especially in regards to early access, specifically in regards to early access. It's like you get something early and people come to your YouTube channel to watch a review before it's available anywhere else. Like that's extremely valuable. Anyway, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that. Should we move on, Lewis?
I thought we were just gonna only do. We just wrap it up.
I know. I mean, we could if you want. It's like, oh, here we go. Oh, great. Still not fixed. It just starts off right where it goes. I'm gonna fix that while you're talking about a hot new product that seems like Apple has in the works and is incoming. Lewis, incoming.
Yeah. So this could be like the big change for the iPad. A foldable iPad with a carbon fiber kickstand could launch in, no, not 2050, 2024. That's next year, last time I checked.
Yeah, it is now. You're right.
I would like you to look at our story, because we have a fantastic AI generated piece of artwork that shows what this might look like.
Send me a link. Let me see here.
I just dropped it in the show notes there.
Oh, okay.
I noticed you have one of our competitors' stories in there in the show notes. It's a little disappointing. Anyway, the bottom line is that this is coming from one of our favorite analysts, TF International Securities Analyst, Ming-Chi Kuo. And he thinks that this could happen actually next year. An iPad with a foldable screen. Let's see. He's blah, blah, this is a bunch of supply chain stuff, but
skip all that stuff.
Yeah. The bottom line is he's saying this thing could happen. It's going to arrive next year. An iPad that comes with and I don't know if this is going to be built in or if it's just come with it, which seems really odd. But a carbon fiber kickstand that holds it up. If you see some of these like folding screen things, they look precarious, right? So supposedly this would be Apple coming up with some kind of way that this would, be usable and make sense. The analyst said he's positive that the foldable device will arrive in 2024. positive. He's positive.
I mean, that's as confident as I have ever heard him be, to be honest. Like, I don't think he's ever said that he's positive about anything.
Yeah. Supposedly Apple's working with LG to create an ultra thin cover glass. It could be used on these foldable products. Not clear whether the material will be used first on iPhone or iPad. Another guy, Ross Young, who's another analyst, I can't remember exactly what his company is. Display whatever they're called. He said he expects multiple OLED iPads in 2024, but has heard nothing about a foldable iPad. And somebody else, you might have heard of this guy, Mark Gurman over at Bloomberg, also weighed in.
Wait, sorry, who?
Yeah, I think maybe it's Gurman.
Gurgelman? Mark
Gibber.
Gurgelman?
He says he hasn't heard anything about a foldable iPad in 2024 either.
Okay.
He's expecting OLED iPad and spec bumps for blah, blah, blah. But so it's kind of odd that Kuo went out on a limb with this, and other people are saying, no, we don't know what you're talking about. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know what to think, actually. I mean, it seems like Apple's way behind on foldable screens. People are making them, have been for years now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but by the time they actually make one, it's going to be something that people would actually want. Like, at this point, they're just kind of a gimmick, aren't they? Like, Samsung makes some, and Motorola makes one too, but does anyone actually, do they sell any mass number? I don't think so.
Well, nobody sells as much stuff as Apple, but like Leander was talking about in one of our newsletters, he's saying like I think he used a Samsung folding phone that one of his neighbors has, and he's like, it's awesome. The problem is, it's like when you fold it up, it's pretty thick.
Yeah.
So, if Apple can make this thing the way Apple likes to do, super thin, super light, they're not going to put something out that's going to crease like some of these things in the past, right? When they really truly were gimmicks and basically destroyed after 3 days of use.
Well, the other thing too is with the Samsung, I think the Motorola and the Samsung stuff, the screens are made of like this really nasty, cheap plastic so that they can fold. And this is part of like the Apple secret sauce here, which I'm sure you're about to mention this piece, because it seems like that's not the way that they're going to go, which would make all the difference.
Yeah, I think I already said this. Ultra thin cover glass, right?
Oh, did you say that already? Okay, sorry, I was messing with the mixer trying to fix it in real time.
I understand.
So that makes a big difference, is you're still going to have the glass display as opposed to the cheap plastic screen
thing that gets all deformed.
Yeah, and scratched up. Like, plastic screens get scratched. Like, you have to have glass.
I mean, Apple's not going to put something out that's that, just garbagey, right? They wouldn't do it. So that's why they're behind. At the same time, have they actually perfected it? Is it actually going to work? Will it actually arrive next year? I mean, Quo thinks so. Other people aren't so sure.
Quo doesn't think so.
He's positive.
He's positive. I mean, again, I've never seen him say that before. So for him to say that is pretty surprising. But it seems like he might be the only one positive about this. There's some other analysts who aren't so sure. So, but that would be a cool product for sure. I would definitely be interested in a folding iPad that was small when you carried it around, but then big when you're using it on the airplane or something. Like, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, sure. If they can pull it off, it'll be great.
Let's see here. I was going to say we should talk about the actually, well, let's do the giveaway real fast, Lewis. Should we do that real fast before we move on?
Sure. So, I didn't the product link, so you can click it. I'm sorry
you know what?
about that.
I'll just copy and paste it the old-fashioned way. How about that?
Great. Okay. So this week's giveaway is a Switch Easy product. It's a new product called the Orbit Universal Magnetic Stand.
Oh, look at that!
I don't know if you can pull that up on the screen.
Oh, I got it right here, Lewis.
It's fully adjustable and extendable stand. Works with any MagSafe compatible iPhone or compatible case. Gives you all kinds of mounting options, right? I mean, it's
because you can stick it to stuff.
Ultra portable folding design. Lets you slip it, slip it in your bag, slip it in a pocket. Yeah. Aluminum alloy bracket and brush finish provide durability and elegance.
Nice. So I've got an iPhone stand right here that I use, and I love these little stands. But this is just like a cheap generic, stand from Amazon, and you can't stick it to anything, but it is handy to have a stand that you can just snap your phone to, and then you can use it in horizontal orientation or up and down orientation. But this one, the other side's magnetic too, so you could stick to something else, and this would be super handy. Like I used to have a magnetic iPhone case, and when I was at the gym, just squatting, 5 or 6 45 plates on either side, and I would stick my phone to the squat rack, and it would just stick there, and then I would watch YouTube while I was doing my squats. And this would be even more useful than that, because you could adjust the angle of the phone and have it pointed the way you want it to be pointed, and then just destroy your quads, and and grunt and yell as loud as you can as you're doing your
use
reps.
it to record your grunting squats.
Yeah, you could. Although you got to be careful if there's anyone in the background who thinks that you might be filming them.
You can use it on your desk. You can use it on a car vent. You can use it, snap it to, maybe depending on what kind of monitor you have, maybe attach it to your monitor. Use your iPhone as a continuity camera. I mean, it's a pretty versatile little thing. Like I said, it's new. It's from Switch Easy, which is a company that we have a lot of their products in the Cult of Mac store. This is a new product just added to it. And actually, I got a report that it's selling quite well.
Oh, yeah?
Selling quite well. Hot new product in the Cult of Mac store. These things go for $39.99 is the price on them. We're giving away 3. So the giveaway is not yet up on the homepage. We'll have a post on that later today or tomorrow. Once it's there, just scroll down the page, cultofmac.com. There's a giant thing that says Cult of Mac giveaway. That'll be your clue that you're in the right place. Click on that, find a way to enter in the giveaway, and you got a shot. You got a shot at taking one of these things home for free.
All we're saying is you got a shot. You got a shot. Just go in there and give it a shot. I'll post the link in the chat. I'll post it in the show notes as well, so you guys can check it out. There we go. Oh, that got all weird. I don't know why these images are getting all wonky.
Oh, great.
No, it's fine. You can still see it. It's just a little bit bright. Hey, you know what? We got a lot of new equipment involved here. I got a new monitor. I got a new mixer. There's a lot of. I don't like to change anything. For this exact reason. But
I would think that your crew of, what do you got, like 4 or 5 production assistants there, right? I mean, can't one of them take care of this?
Yeah, virtual production assistants. All right, so that's the giveaway. That's a cool product. Lewis, I would love if you could send me one of those to test. I think I need to test it out in the squat rack, so maybe get one of those to me. We could talk about it on the show, promote the product.
I'm guessing we could make that happen, too.
Yeah, I know. You
might have a chance.
I might have a chance of getting one. Do I have to enter? Do I have to compete with all these people we just promoted to go and or can I rig it? Can we rig it so like we all enter, but like it's pretty much a sure thing that I'm going to win?
I feel really bad, talking about the thing when the giveaway post isn't actually live yet, and so you can't actually like instantly go and sign up. So now it's like delayed.
That does, yeah.
You got to add this to your to-do list so you remember to do this tomorrow. And you go and check it out.
No one's doing that, Liz. But you do, I mean, the nice thing is we do the show live, and then the next day is usually when people listen to the show. So you still capture all the people who are listening, and that's the majority of our audience. So you still got people who
will make an effort to get that post live by tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so I want to move on to I want to talk about the new Apple Watch Ultra with a 10% larger screen. But I do want to mention real fast, there is another product that is in development that you may or may not have heard of. It is a Apple Smart Home display. I think we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but I imagine that this will be in the same vein as the Amazon Echo Show, which is basically a tablet with speakers attached that has specific apps that let you see what's going on in your house. And apparently Apple is working on one of these too. I got the Mac Rumors story up. Apple's working on a new home accessory that is designed to serve as a central hub for smart home management. The Apple TV and HomePod are already home hubs, and almost all Apple devices can control a HomeKit setup. But Apple is designing an all-in-one home management product to make control even easier. Let's see here. According to Mark Gergelman, the display is going to look similar to an iPad. In fact, it's probably going to be like an iPad, like bolted to something. In fact, he described it as akin to a low-end iPad, which suggests it could resemble the entry-level 10th generation iPad. Part of me just thinks like, why wouldn't you just use an iPad for
I know.
this?
I don't quite understand this.
It's like an iPad with an integrated stand.
Right.
Let's see here.
Wait,
Yeah,
with a
go ahead.
carbon fiber stand.
I mean, maybe. Although if it's going to be lower end, probably no carbon fiber. In addition to being able to be used for smart home control purposes, the display could be used for streaming video and making FaceTime calls. So yeah, I mean, essentially exactly like the Amazon Echo Show. And again, this is something for the hardcore Apple fans who are immersed in the Apple ecosystem. But I'm invested in HomeKit, and I've got a lot of cameras, and I have a lot of Apple stuff, and I control a lot of things via the Home app on my iPhone. So it would be kind of cool just to have an always-on display that you could use to just control stuff in your house. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to that. What about you, Lewis?
I don't really see the big difference between this and just using an iPad, but didn't they actually take out the ability to use an iPad as a home hub?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
So,
in fact, we got Adam
maybe
Broussard in the chat saying that exact same thing.
I actually own one of those Google. Google makes one like that, and I own one. I've never even set it up because I don't really have any place where I need it. I mean, I always have my iPhone on me, so it's kind of like. I
mean, also you have the Google thing, but aren't you pretty much all Apple in your house?
No, not entirely. I mean, I have, for instance, Nest smoke alarms because they're
you're mixed.
the best, and I have a Nest video doorbell because I waited forever for a HomeKit one, and they refused to put one out.
Dude, I know.
And
there are some HomeKit ones out now, but
yeah, now they are. But so they're okay. Yeah, I really want to spend the weekend swapping out a perfectly good video doorbell that I paid actual money for, so that I can have one with HomeKit. I mean, yes, I would like to do it. No, I'm not going to spend the time and effort and money. So I do have a mixed house. It's a very diverse house. We've got Google smart speakers, Amazon smart speakers, HomePods. We've got a mix of things. I mean, honestly, I hope that all this Matter and Thread stuff really makes it all less segregated, because that whole pick a platform thing is pretty frustrating when you're trying to put together a house, right?
I couldn't agree more. That I really hope the Matter stuff basically overrides the need for HomeKit compatibility, and you can just buy and control Matter stuff with all of your Apple stuff. This is what makes the Amazon ecosystem so, and Google as well, but so useful, is there are so many accessories out there that are compatible with their smart speakers and all their smart home control stuff. And then there's Apple. And it's like, oh, it's got to be HomeKit certified. Oh, it needs to work with HomeKit. And there's just so many things that don't do that for whatever reason. It would be so much easier if you could just use all that stuff with your current Apple smart speaker and your iPhone and everything. And if HomeKit and Matter play nicely together, that's going to be a game changer, in my opinion. It's going to open up a whole world of accessories to you. In fact, when I was reviewing the HomePods versus the Amazon Echo Studio, which is like their, higher end speaker, which doesn't sound nearly as good as the HomePod. But if I recall correctly, like one of the criticisms I had, and one of the places where the Home or the Echo Studio 1 was in compatibility with accessories. Like the HomePod just isn't really compatible with that much stuff. So if you want to use it as a smart speaker to control things in your home, you're locked into the HomeKit ecosystem. The HomeKit accessories are usually more expensive. There aren't as many of them. And so you can't just go to Costco and buy the newest,
Right.
smart lights and use them.
It's getting better now, at least. I mean, that's one thing that's good. It is getting better. There's a lot more choices now than there were a few years ago. But it just seems like Apple has kind of shot itself in the foot with this. I mean, before you had to have a specific chip in the hardware, so that slowed down adoption. Now they loosened up on that after a few years, but it's like everything else. It's like they're kind of just behind, right? And everybody else has such a all their competitors have such a big head start on them. And I mean, honestly, how many times do you want to go around replacing your door lock or your video doorbell? I mean, it's not it's not that much fun. It's a pain. Who wants to do it? I mean, I've got things to try to test different things. It's like, sometimes you can spend several hours just swapping out a stupid front door, and then you got to change the password and give the password to everybody that
Yeah,
needs it.
I was just gonna say that, and teach your wife how to use it.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not inconsequential amount of time and
all
effort
your
to
kids,
switch
like,
out.
yeah, and then you have to add everyone's new accounts. So yeah, it's a huge pain, and it's expensive. I mean, you got to pay for
Right.
the thing too. So
Yeah, and especially with the Apple or the HomeKit video doorbells. I mean, most of those are a lot more expensive.
yep,
And it took forever to get them, like I was saying, and the Nest one is great. It's actually great, and in fact, I've not tested any of the Apple ones because I don't feel like going through the hassle. But I bet you that it's better because I bet you that it has better, uh, you know, artificial intelligence and stuff. I bet that it works better than the HomeKit ones do.
yeah, I think that you're probably right about that. So we don't know when this product is coming out. We know that it's in development, and let's see here. Does Gurman say anything about an actual release date for this? I don't think so. Yeah, we don't have any other details other than that. But
But I mean, we've been hearing about this for a
Yeah,
long
we
time,
have.
right?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
have.
there's been
Yeah.
talk of like a HomePod that has basically a HomePod with an iPad mounted on it that
I mean, that could be
spins on
this.
an arm. I mean, there's
that
all
literally
kinds
could
of,
be this. Yeah.
yeah. We'll see. I mean,
What do you think, chat? Yay or nay? Adam Broussard, he's got a very enthusiastic yeah. I don't want to hear nothing about it, Lewis. Let me know what you think. The Apple Smart Home Display. Price on that? $200? You buying? I think for $200 I might buy it. I'm just making that price up, by the way. That has absolutely no connection to reality or any information that we know. Let's see here. Let's talk about a couple other things before we wrap up here, Lewis. I at least wanted to mention the Apple Watch Ultra, which I absolutely love. One of my favorite Apple products ever. And we have a new report that there is a new one on the way, which actually I found this to be surprising. Like, I thought it was probably going to be like 3 years before they updated the Ultra, right? Because it's one of those premium tier watches, and it just felt like it was going to be around for a while before they did any kind of major updates to it. And maybe this isn't major, but we have a story that says Apple is going to be increasing the screen size by nearly 10%, and this is rumored to launch next year, and to make the screen a larger 2.1-inch display, and not only that, but to add micro LED, which is a next generation display technology. I'm not going to talk about it now because I always talk about it way too long, and I always get way too excited about it. But it's essentially the next generation of display technology that is going to probably be better than OLED, have all the strengths of OLED, but all the strengths of LED, LCD. So you're getting the best of both worlds and none of the weaknesses of either of those two technologies. And right now it's very expensive to create micro LED displays, and Apple is probably going to be rolling this out over a series of years. And it's probably going to come to the Apple Watch Ultra first, at least according to this story. Now, Lewis was trying to ask me, he's like, well, how could they make the display bigger? And I'm like, dude, all they got to do is just remove some of the bezels around the Apple Watch. I'm going to attempt to do what I never try to do and probably shouldn't be doing because it never works. And that is try to show you all my Apple Watch display and contort myself in such a way that you can actually see the example I'm about to give you. And I'll describe it as well for those of you listening. So Lewis doesn't own an Apple Watch, and I imagine many of you
That's not
probably,
true.
Or I'm sorry, an Apple Watch Ultra. You own one
There
of the.
we go. That's
you
accurate.
own one of the pleb versions,
Yeah, right.
not the Ultra. You're not an Ultra man like me. That's fine. I still like you. And if you don't own one, you haven't seen one. It might be surprising, but there's actually a lot of black border around the screen. I'm gonna try and show this to you, and let me see. Can I get it to work? So you can never show anyone. Oh, let me cover my face.
Worst
so
thing in
it
the
doesn't
world
work.
trying to show
There we
someone
go.
your Apple Watch.
Okay, let's see if I can. There we go. See
There's a
that
good
big ugly ugly black ring all the way around the
It's like
face?
somebody took a Sharpie and ran a circle around
It's
the
huge.
watch face.
It's huge, isn't it? It's just way bigger than you would expect it to be. And I think what they're going to do is what they've done on the Apple Watch Series 8, Series 7 as well, I think, is just reduce that bezel and make the screen bigger. I don't think the actual body of the Ultra is going to be any different, which is a good thing, I guess, because I really love the size of it and I love the design of it, and just make the screen larger and then add micro LED. And if they add micro LED to it, it's going to be bonkers bright. Like, it already gets up to 2,000 nits, which is definitely bright enough to see it in the daylight, but with micro LED, they could probably crank that up way higher, and there'd be no risk of burn-in because micro LED doesn't have the risk of burn-in like OLED does. And
burning the screen, not your eyes.
well, burning in your retinas is definitely is going to be a hazard.
They keep bumping up the nits, man. You know, I'd have to be wearing shades.
Yeah, eventually there's going to be like I don't know, retina gate, and it's not going to have to do with the pixels per inch on the screen. It's going to have to do with the fact that Apple made this display so bright that when you looked at it and you were just blind, you're like, ah! It's like in the movie, right, where you cover your eyeballs with your palms and you're just screaming. And Tim Cook's like, whoops, y'all. And it's just blinding people. That's probably going to be 2 or 3 years away, but I expect that's where we'll be going. So if you're waiting for an Apple Watch Ultra, if you've been considering one, you might want to wait. If you're not in a hurry, but I do have to say, I absolutely love mine. If you're looking for something that has a more masculine appeal to it, Lewis, and is chunky and utilitarian, the Apple Watch Ultra it has that aesthetic, that like manly aesthetic that I think the other Apple Watch design is kind of missing, to be honest. And it pulls off the size and the chunk way more than the other Apple Watch style could ever hope to. And it's great that it gets 2-day battery life. All right.
Oh my.
Sorry about that. Let's wrap up with this last story, Lewis. A feel-good story. And if people are wondering what Jony Ive has been up to, I actually think this is a cool product. And I tried to buy one, and they're already sold out, sadly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all sold out.
Figures. I like the headline that one of our guys wrote on this, too. Jony Ive creates the perfect schnoz for Comic Relief's Red Nose Day.
That word doesn't get used nearly enough.
Schnoz. You don't get to use that in every single headline.
No, you don't.
So, the story is legendary Apple design chief Jony Ive, who, created the iPhone and everything like that, released a new product this week. A big red paper nose. This is for it's a UK charity, Comics Relief, Day of Giving over there. I guess I'm not all that down with exactly what this is about, but I believe the story is people wear these clown noses.
Yeah.
They buy a clown nose, they wear it on that day. It's Red Nose Day, et cetera, et cetera.
And I think the proceeds from the nose go towards child poverty, I think is what I was reading.
Yeah. Right. Around the world to help end poverty, particularly among children. But I guess I've seen it here too, right? I mean, I've seen like at Walgreens or something, they had these red noses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just in San Francisco.
I noticed that LK's nose is pretty red. Do you think that he's supporting comic relief, or is that something different?
It could be. It could be a year-round charity thing.
Okay.
So this is being dubbed as the most dramatic makeover since the red nose made its debut in 1988, according to the BBC. And if you look at it, it's like a paper. I actually saw a tweet that somebody sent us, and it had pictures of it, not just deployed, but it comes with like a little carrying case. And it's like
you're kidding.
No, it's like a paper. Let me see if I can find that thing.
I didn't see the carrying case. The design of it is actually pretty cool. Like it's very elegant. It looks like an Apple Watch clasp on the back there, where it kind of like. So basically, for those of you listening, sorry, it's a paper red nose. So it's like a clown nose,
it's a
right?
Clown nose, but it's paper.
But it folds down on itself, and then it kind of opens up like a party favor. And as you unfold it and fold it back on itself, it's like a sphere. And there's a little clasp that keeps it from folding back down on itself. And then there's like a little sliver in it. and you just place it on your nose so that you can wear a clown nose.
And I mean, I've seen like I don't know, some like ornaments or something, Christmas ornaments, or
Yep.
maybe Thanksgiving, like a paper turkey, like right. They fold down flat, but you spin them around and they turn into a circle or a larger something like that. But yeah, this thing comes with a little like a little plastic retainer case. That's what they get sold in. Looks pretty great.
So wait a second. We got some comments here in the chat. Some clarifying comments here. These are always helpful. So Christopher Gavin says it's not paper. It's paper-like. It's recycled plastic. So I guess the whole thing is made out of plastic. Okay, that's even better.
It's paper-like?
That's what he says.
Oh my heavens!
It's recycled plastic. That's better because that means it will actually have longevity, and not get crushed easily. It's 2 pounds 50 pence. Is that right, Liz?
Yeah.
Where's LK when you need one? When you need him? And $3 US, I guess. It looks like they're sold out here. Fieldy is saying I can still get one if you want one, Airfont. Yeah, I do want one. I'll pay you to ship that to me. Definitely.
Honeycombed paper ball.
Yeah, if you get me one or two, I would definitely buy one of those. I don't know. Do they even ship to the US? This seems to be a UK thing.
That's what I was wondering. It looks like you can get it from Amazon UK.
Okay. If you're a school and would like to order noses, you can order large quantities. Via an Amazon business account on Monday, February 6th. Okay, so they might go on sale on Amazon next week, but they're out of stock. The red nose is back ordered. Well, I know how that goes. As the owner of coltcloth.co, I know exactly how that goes. The demand is just way more than you can handle sometimes, Lewis. You try to please everyone, but it's not possible.
I'm curious about this thing now. Friday, March 17th is Red Nose Day. Just so you can make your certain plans, right? I don't know. This says you can buy it now. Well, currently unavailable from Amazon.
Look at that. Okay, so we got Christopher Gavin. He's back. He's correcting his correction. This is what I get for trusting the chat. He says it's not paper. Oh wait, no. Sorry, plant-based, not plastic.
More than 95% plant-based material.
Okay, does that mean this is paper? It looks like paper. Or
it
is that
says
plastic?
It's a beautiful honeycomb paper sphere.
Okay, so it is paper.
It looks like it's got a plastic clasp, right? That must be the 5% that's not plant-based.
Look at that! Look at that elegant internal folding mechanism we got there, Lewis.
That's a pretty high-tech paper clown nose.
I mean, it's probably the best clown nose. Clown nose day, a red nose day. It comes in its own like retainer case.
The great thing is that you can, because it comes in that small case and folds down, you can carry it with you and just pop it out, and put it on whenever you need to.
Yeah.
You don't just have to have this giant clown nose that takes up a lot of space. You now have a very thin. I'm surprised he's making it out of aluminum.
Well, I think that would probably be pretty heavy.
I don't know, man.
Probably give you a headache.
How do you attach it to your nose?
Very gently, Lewis.
Doesn't really say.
Yeah. This is just wonderful audio, isn't it? If you want to check out the red nose, just go visit Leander Keeney's Instagram profile, or you can click on this link. I'll include it in the chat, in the show notes, and it seems like it actually supports a good cause. I'm all about whatever we can do for kids. I'm all about it.
Wow, it shot to the top of the charts. It's #1 bestseller in toys and games.
Wow,
that is crazy. Jony Ive has a hit on his hands.
I mean, he's an icon, man. People want to own these just for collectible purposes. They're probably never even going to wear them. So you said it's shot to the top in toys and games. Is that on Amazon?
Yeah.
Are they available on Amazon?
No, it's currently unavailable.
Okay, so they don't.
Might be available on Amazon, and you click through it, and Amazon says, we're sorry, it's sold out. We don't know if or when it's ever going to be available again. So.
Yeah, they'd be crazy to not just sell this as a continual product, right? Like, I hope they don't plan on just doing this for like a month and then stopping.
Oh, man, can you imagine the Gen 2 version?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Imagine the Red Nose SE. That's going to be the one that...
$1.
Or the Red Nose Max. Talk about a schnoz.
the
It's like
size of your head.
it's like 3 times as big.
Walking
could-
around with a giant red grapefruit on your nose.
I'm excited for the different versions of this, and just imagine what it's going to be like when they put in the R17 chip in there, which is the red nose 17 chip. Quite a product. Christopher Gavin saying they'll stop selling once the TV charity night is over. That's a mistake, man. That's a mistake. If you have a product like this that is made for you by Love From, a very exclusive, very oh, my watch is talking to me now.
High profile.
High profile, thank you. Design firm, and people are loving it and trying to buy it, and it's already sold out. You don't stop selling it 2 weeks later.
How much money can you make off of a thing that costs £2.50 and gets delivered for free?
They don't deliver it for free, do they?
One of the things I saw said we deliver free to everyone. That must be in the UK, but still.
Yeah,
Maybe they have some kind of like postal service thing, like, oh yeah, we'll deliver for free.
I mean, if they put it in an envelope and it costs them like 50 cents, and this clown nose probably costs 25 cents to manufacture, if that, maybe even like 15 cents, 10 cents, then they're gonna make a couple bucks off every single one. I mean, that's probably pretty good. Yeah, they should have charged like $5 for this. This is way too cheap.
Yeah,
They should have charged $10 for it. Like if this were $10, I would still buy it.
Yeah, they could have HomePodded it, charged way too much, and it would still sell.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's connected to Jony Ive, people know that it's going to be a premium red nose experience, unlike any other.
I was kind of shocked when I saw the price, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, me too. What were they thinking? Way too cheap. Way too cheap. All right, Lewis, let's see if I can get this working. Kind of.
hey, kind of sound like it started at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. That's because I let it play through all the way on silent with the volume down.
I see.
And then after it's over, I'm going to go ahead and fix it. All right, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and say that's all the Coltcast we have for you guys this week. We've been streaming for 17 and a half hours now. Look at poor Lewis. He needs to go discipline the Cultimac writers. They're
The
trying
big
to
earnings
escape from the
call, man,
cage.
starts in 27 minutes.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up there. But you know what? If you just can't get enough, you want more Big Papa Earth, you want more discipline from Lewis, we're both on Twitter. I'm at Erfon, E-R-F-O-N. Lewis is at Lewis Wallace. This has been the Coltcast, the best 30-plus minute Apple conversation you're going to hear all week long. New episodes of the Coltcast come out every Thursday night. I want to thank everyone for listening. Oh, yes, and I wish you all a very happy HomePod Eve. And we'll see you guys next time. You know what, Lewis? The truth is, if it weren't for this elite group of Apple fans, we wouldn't have HomePod Eve. Apple never would have remade it.
I suppose it's possible.
Our fandom drove them to action. Our enthusiasm for the great HomePod, it made a difference. PC saw how much profit he could extract from us, and he said, "Let's do it, y'all. Let's get that profit."
Let's give it another shot.
He got ultra squinty. He was deep in thought, imagining all the profit they can make. And here we are. All right, all. Thanks for hanging out live. Hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget, we need you, please. We'll see you guys